back to We Connect. We get right back to our discussion that we're having with Andrew Simkin here. Andrew, when you talk about going forward Indo-US relations and specifically Chennai and the South, what do you visualize actually happening? I mean, do you see more business or do you see more education? What's it that you would like to see happen?
Yeah, well, I think certainly in the areas of business and education, there's a lot of potential for further growth. We've seen in the past 2 months, we've had three factories open here of American firms, most recently Sanmina on Sunday. And a lot of people are looking hard at setting up operations here, mostly to serve the Indian market. It's not mostly people moving manufacturing out of the U.S. to serve the U.S. market, but serving the growing Indian market. And we think American firms can play a big role in that. So I expect further growth there. People are attracted both by the market and by the deep talent pool available here. In addition, in the area of education, that's one of the key parts of the bilateral dialogue between the two countries. Minister Kapil Sibal went to the U.S. Not long ago, and there's a bill now being considered to open up opportunities for foreign universities to establish operations here. I think there's a lot of interest in that, and it's something I think is very important, both to expand the number of opportunities for higher education in India, and also to promote exchange. You know, if we have visiting professors from U.S. institutions, that's going to help strengthen ties and strengthen both countries. We already have more than 100,000 Indian students in the U.S., and that number keeps growing. But one of the trends that I would look to for the future is more American students coming here to India, especially in this part of India. I've met with a number of student groups from various institutions that are here for a semester or for a few weeks, and invariably they have a great experience. There's such a rich cultural experience here. The students come away very much enriched, and it's also, I find, a very hospitable place. People are very friendly, and so I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to see more American students coming here.
Right. Outsourcing, of course, has been a very big issue, between the U.S. and India for a long time. What's the present take on that, Andrew?
Well, of course, there's been a lot of growth here of firms doing business process outsourcing, doing things like financial back office work. There's a lot of that here in Chennai. Of course, in the IT sector, there's a very large amount of software development that's done partly here, partly in the U.S. I think in many instances, this helps make American firms more competitive. They can keep a vibrant operation going in the U.S. if they can reduce their costs for certain support activities. I think, though, that the trend is toward companies looking to the Indian market, looking to serve the Indian market, whether it's in business processes or in manufacturing or other areas. You know, we're still in the U.S. Fighting to pull out of the recession, but India has had a continued very, very impressive growth, and I think people see the potential for that growth to continue and even accelerate. And so American firms are interested in being involved in serving that growing market, which will be to the benefit of Indian consumers as well.
Right. Now, as a career diplomat, you would have seen the growth of India, just in the whole world economy. So as an Indian, of course, I'm really cheered by that. I want to know from an American point of view, how do you view that?
Well, we have, when Secretary Clinton visited India in July of last year, when President Obama met Prime Minister Singh in a state visit in November, and various other occasions, we have been very clear that the strength of India is something that we welcome. The emergence of India on the world stage is, in our view, in the view of the United States, is a good thing for the world, good thing for the United States, and of course a good thing for India. And that goes for the economy, and that goes for so many other areas for which India is admired worldwide. We have really a striking harmony of interests and of shared values between the U.S. and India. And so we think that India plays a very constructive role internationally, and the stronger India is, really, I feel it's a good thing for all of us.
Right. In fact, the relations between India and America are kind of at a sort of steady keel at the moment. Would you say that? Would you agree with that?
I would say it's not just steady, but I think it's
growing.
It's growing. Yes. Of course, there are always critics, and there are always people willing to find fault with U.S. policy in all kinds of areas. But I see, even from here, where we don't have a lot of government-to-government contact as a constituent post, but I see the reports, I see the visitors, and I know that there's a lot of dialogue going on a whole range of topics. And I think that you're going to see continued progress in all kinds of areas.
Right. Andrew, I'm going to come back to you in our last segment, and I'm going to get a little personal with you,
Sure.
So please just hang on. We'll take a very short break, and then we'll get right back on We Connect.